Good Tuesday afternoon, Facebook and YouTube. I am Kendrick, the sports guy. This is your Tuesday afternoon sports wrap. We just talking a little bit about what's been happening in the last 24 to 48 hours in the sports world. Again, it is Tuesday afternoon. It is July the 16th. We're moving right along in almost the middle of the month. About 2 weeks away from the start of the Paris Olympics. And we got NFL training camps that's going to be starting this week, actually. Rookies are going to be reporting, I believe, starting today. And some teams will start their camps on this upcoming Friday. So you smell that? You smell that? We got NFL right around the corner. It's about that time. So you know the house rules. You know the club rules. I'm not Club Shay Shay. I'm Club Kendrick. You come in, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. That is Kendrick Sports Hustle, SporTZ, right here on YouTube. Make sure you follow it on Facebook as well. Make sure you also can subscribe to the other channel that I do work with, TFG Sports Media, on YouTube, as well as follow it on Facebook. You can also follow me on Instagram at Kendrick1969, as well as on TikTok, Kendrick Henderson 51. Again, make sure you come in, like, hit that thumbs up, smash that thumbs button, as my guy, legendary rapper Willie D says. Smash that thumb button. Make sure you share this to all your social media platforms. Make sure you comment. Don't be in the bushes. Let me know you watching, where you watching from. We gonna chat. We gonna rap a little bit about what's going on in the sports world, and also if you would like to be a contributor and donate to helping build this sports platform, you can hit my Cash App. That is $1969 Kendrick. You can hit me there, man. Any donation will be appreciated. You're not obligated, but if it puts you on your heart. Again, I'm just a sports guy that loves doing sports, trying to build my own, not trying to ask for any handouts. But if you want to help build this thing, I definitely will accept it. So again, we're gonna get started here in a few minutes, man. It's been a pretty busy sports day. It's the first 2 days we've had a lot of sports news that's jumped off, man. And we're gonna start off with some sad news. This definitely came as a shocker. This was TMZ Sports and the Philadelphia Inquirer actually broke this first, man. Father of the late Hall of Famer and Laker legend Kobe Bryant, Joe Jellybean Bryant, died on today at the age of 69. He had some health issues, according to the Philadelphia Inquirer, and he had a massive stroke. Again, Joe Bryant, the father of the late Lakers legend, Hall of Famer Kobe Bryant, passed away at the age of 69. Now, Joe Bryant played for LaSalle in Philadelphia from 1973 to 1975. He was drafted in the first round by the Golden State Warriors in 1975. He would then be traded to the 76ers. He really wouldn't play for the Warriors. He would play roughly 8 years in the NBA. Between the Golden State Warriors, actually the 76ers, the Clippers, which they were the San Diego Clippers then, not the Los Angeles Clippers, and the Houston Rockets. But then he will move on and take his talents to overseas in 1993, where he would play 9 seasons in Europe, mostly in Italy, and he became one of the well-known household name for his basketball prowess overseas. And then young Kobe would, spend his first couple of years of his life over there. Kobe was born in 1978. He and his wife, Joe, and his wife Pam actually married in 1975. Again, they would welcome Kobe in 1978. So Jellybean would play 9 seasons. He would do some coaching overseas as well. Then he would bring his family back to the States. They were settled in Philadelphia. Kobe would finish his high school years in Philly at Lower Merion High School. Then the rest of Kobe's history. He would originally be drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, but the Lakers would make a big trade with the late Jerry West pulling that off, and then the rest is history. So, Joe Jellybean Bryant, he would eventually coach in the WNBA as well. He was an assistant coach for the LA Sparks. He would then become a head coach twice for them, and then that would be his career, man. It just, it's a sad, it's sad. You just think about in 2020, Kobe and his daughter Gigi and 7 others lost their lives in that tragic helicopter accident in LA back in January of 2020. And then 4 years later, 4 years, 7 months later, his dad, Joe Bryant, is gone. So again, he had been having some health problems. He had a massive stroke. And he passed away today at the age of 69. LaSalle University will put out a statement as well. The Lakers hadn't put out anything that I have seen yet, but I know the 76ers did release a statement also sending their condolences out as to his wife, Pam, and 2 daughters, Sharia and Shaya. I believe I'm saying that correctly, and grandchildren, obviously. You just think about Kobe and his parents, their relationship there, they had a little rocky times there. There was, some issues about his, Joe and Pam selling some of Kobe's high school memorabilia that he wasn't aware of. He would eventually file a lawsuit. They would eventually settle. Then there was issues about, them wanting a bigger house, and Kobe was not really wanting to do that. He's already bought him a house. And it's just one of those family things, man. Sometimes you have issues within your family. You just hate to see that between a parents and one of their children. I think toward the end there, the relationship kind of got back on track. But then, there was some things from what that I read. I don't think his parents attended the memorial that the Lakers had for Kobe and Gianna. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think they did. And it's just sad. You hate to see that relationship be like that. But Kobe and his dad were, from what I've read, they were pretty close. He was the only son, only son. They had 3 kids, 2 daughters, and Kobe. I think Kobe was the youngest, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, or he might be the middle child. I can't remember, but they had some rocky times, and I always say this, man, especially with your loved ones. Once they put that date on the right side of that dash, it's no coming back. So, whatever little petty moments or petty issues that you have with a loved one, man, hopefully that you'll find a way to get back on track. Like I say, I don't know if Kobe and his parents were able to get back on track. I know they did have some issues with him, Mary and Vanessa. Then there's other stuff, family drama. Again, that's what I think a lot of times we forget, that just because these people are athletes and entertainers, they still have the same type of issues that the everyday Joe like us have, no matter what it is. So again, if you didn't hear, that was news coming out this morning that Joe Jellybean Bryant, the father of Lakers legend and Hall of Famer Kobe Bryant, has died at the age of 69. Again, I want to send my condolences out to his wife, surviving wife, Pam, his 2 daughters, Sharia and Shaya, and the grandchildren. I don't know how many grandchildren they had. I know, Kobe, unfortunately Gianna's gone, but I think they had 3. Kobe has 3 kids. I don't know how many his sisters have. But again, we just want to send our condolences out to the Bryant family. Now, what's next? The biggest other story was Skip Bayless. That dropped on Monday night, that he is leaving undisputed after 8 years. Again, he's been with Fox Sports FS1 since 2016 after leaving ESPN, where he had been 12 years. Actually, he helped start the first take, got that going. He, brought in Stephen A. Smith to kind of jumpstart his career. And this came as a shocker when I saw this, but I knew something was up. That show's ratings is in the trash can. It's in the dumpster. It's on life support. It had been on life support ever since the departure of Shannon Sharpe. And like I said earlier on the live, Shannon Sharpe's career is going up. Skip Bayless' career is going this way. But again, Skip Bayless been in the game since the mid-'70s. He's 72 years old. He started out in mid-70s as a sports writer for the Dallas Times Herald, then eventually Dallas Morning News. Then he would move on to the Chicago paper. He'll do some for Miami, LA. So he's been in the game for a minute. But that show, Undisputed, it just wasn't working, man. And I said this in a segment I did a couple of months ago. It was hard to watch. I stopped watching. And it's funny because I like Irvin. I'm an Irvin fan. I hate that he's gone from the NFL Network. But again, it's a cruel business. Contracts don't get renewed. But I like Irvin and Keyshawn Johnson he's cool. I can listen to him. I think some of his basketball takes aren't they be off base, but again, he's a football guy. Richard Sherman is all right. You know, he does Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. Paul Pierce, I just don't like. His takes just don't. He doesn't do nothing for me in front of the mic. But again, he's former NBA vet, former champ, so I get that. Then they had Rachel Nichols to come in and give her insight on the NBA. You know, she has an NBA pedigree. Then the Lil Wayne experiment, which I don't know. I mean, they buddies, so I get it. But the chemistry just wasn't there. And that's the one thing about doing shows like that. You got to have the right chemistry and the right personalities for that to mesh. And again, I just think first of all, Skip Bayless became the host moderator, which I don't think that's his strength. I think he's good at being a villain. He's the one that goes out there and throws the craziest takes out there and see if it stick. And then that's what he does best. I just think this whole show revamp did not work. They were getting killed by First Take, and it wasn't even close. By the way, matter of fact, I looked up some numbers. I want to say that I found on X, formerly known as Twitter, and according to, I want to credit who I got it from. Yeah, I got this from courtesy of Ahmed the Ears on X, formerly known as Twitter. And these are the numbers from May. According to the viewership, ESPN First Take ratings throughout May of this year was 482,000 viewers on average, which that's great. I mean, you killing the game, you getting them type of eyeballs on your show. Undisputed ratings throughout the month of May, they were only getting 52,000 viewers. That ain't gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it, man. And when you're in the television rating game, it's all about eyeballs and it's about viewership. Each eyeball actually accounts for a small percentage of revenue. But 52,000 viewers, man, it's some YouTube channel, it's some YouTube content creators getting that. They get that in one piece of content. They can post. Some of the big YouTube channels, they can post a segment, maybe 8 to 10 minutes long, and they get 52,000 views in a day. So, again, FS1, now according to what I've read, New York Times was the first to break this. They say he's leaving now, and he's going to stay on to the end of the summer. So that doesn't sound like fire to me, but that sounds like so they worked out something. Now, again, we don't know the whole story. There's still more information that's going to come out with this. But according to the New York Post, that he's going to stay on toward the end of the summer. The Undisputed show is going to continue. As far as talent-wise, who is it going to continue with? They stick with Keyshawn Johnson and Michael Irvin and Richard Sherman and Paul Pierce and all those cats? I'm sure Lil Wayne won't be part of the mix now. Or Rachel Nichols, or where they just ball it up like some bad homework that you got wrong and throw it in the trash and just start all over again. Me personally, I don't know what their contract situation is. I don't know what Keyshawn, what type of deal. Are they willing to just cut their losses and pay these guys and pay these people the rest of their contract? Now, I did read that ESPN Front Office Sports did get a statement from ESPN. And they basically said, we're good with our talent, with our team. We wish Skip Bayless the best. So they basically kind of shutting the doors like, hey, he's going to come back over here. But don't ever believe that. Don't ever believe that, because there's always some deals being made under the table behind closed doors. So I wouldn't shut the door on Skip Bayless working some kind of deal with ESPN. I don't know. We'll see. But he did sign a 4-year, $32 million extension back in 2021 for 32 million, which was roughly paying him 8 million a year at the time. He was one of the highest paid on their personalities. So he only had 1 year on his deal anyway. Now that begs the question: what about Stephen A. Smith? He's in contract negotiations right now. His contract is up July of next year. But ESPN, I don't think is crazy. They've already made plenty of cuts of on-air talent. They're gonna make him probably their first $100 million on-air personality. From what reports I've seen is that he's looking to make between $20 to $25 million a year on a 4-year deal. So I'm sure ESPN is probably going to pony up and give him that money because he's a revenue cash cow for that network. Regardless if you like him or not, First Take is killing the game for a sports opinion show. I don't watch a lot of First Take. I don't watch a lot of them much anymore, any of them. I'm talking about Speak. I'm talking about First Things First. Colin Cowherd. I don't talk about any of that. Oh, speaking of which, FS1, Colin Cowherd, his contract is up next year. Will they try to entice him with a bigger deal and maybe put him on Undisputed? Will he be the guy that succeed him, or will it be Nick Wright? I've heard rumors Nick Wright might be the guy that they put on. I could see them. I could see them moving Nick Wright to Undisputed. I could totally see that. I could see that he's got a Skip Baylessness about him that I could totally see him being that guy on Undisputed. So that's just a couple of things happening again in the sports world. So yeah, that's the big news right now. We're gonna keep you locked and informed on that and any movement on that. Like I say, it's probably going to be more and more come out of this. But again, Undisputed has took it on the chin, and we knew it was coming because you know what? Skip is probably at home saying like, "Damn, I really messed up." After his disrespect of Shannon Sharp back in December 2023, that is when the snowball happened. He basically said he was jealous of Tom Brady, told him that basically his career was trash. They ain't gonna yell at him to tell him to put his glasses back on. It was crazy. I watched that episode, so I knew that was the end because I was like, man, that was a big time disrespect of Shannon Sharp. And look at now, look how the tables have turned. Speaking of Shannon Sharp, he did say a couple of weeks ago he and Skip have not talked since he's left. He said eventually he would like to sit down with him, but at this point, Shannon don't really need Skip. Skip don't really need Shannon either. But again, it's a tale of two careers. Will he retire? He's 72 years old. I did read something where he said retire is something that he doesn't really want to think about. It's almost like talking about death. So he's not, according to that Skip Bayless, he's not going to retire. I guess he's going to stay doing that dry. He got that dry podcast that he does on YouTube, which is basically potato salad with raisins in it. Don't nobody want to eat that. So we'll see. But again, he's cool. I'm not sitting here feeling sorry for Skip Bayless. He made his bed and now he's lying in it. So it is. So it is what it is. So again, don't know if he's been fired. A lot of people saying he's been fired. That hasn't been confirmed. All we know is that he's leaving at the end of the summer. So that tells me most time if you're fired, they want you to pack your stuff and you getting up out of there. So that ain't the case, at least according to FS1. They have not released a statement on this Skip Bayless situation, but again, we'll keep you locked and loaded. So let me give you a couple of sports things that have came down in the last 30 minutes. I did see the Bears did reach a deal with their top pick, Caleb Williams. I didn't know he hadn't signed, but the Bears did. They reached a deal on a 4-year rookie contract that is worth $39 million, fully guaranteed, and includes a $25.5 million signing bonus. So the Bears have locked in their starting quarterback, their rookie quarterback, Caleb Williams. So he'll be ready to go to camp. Also in the NFL, San Francisco 49ers, wide receiver Brandon Ayuk is requesting a trade from the Bang Bang Niners game. According to ESPN, they said the contract negotiations have not, no extension has been reached, and Brandon Ayuk is officially asked for a trade. Now, again, not a lot of training camps begin, and some of them begin this week, but most begin in the next week and a half. The Niners training camp starts in about 3 weeks. And again, so Brandon Ayuk, he wants to leave the Niners. He want to get paid. You know, these wide receivers making the big money now. So I don't know what it's going to be like. Who could trade for a receiver? You know, I'm a Packers guy. I'll take Brandon Ayuk in Green Bay if we can work out something. Dang sure will. He can come on up there to Lambeau, get some of this cheese. We got some cheese we can give him. Come on, Brandon Ayuk. We'll take you. You look good in some green and gold. So we'll see what happens with that. What else? Oh, there's one thing. I don't know if you guys watched the home run derby or whatever. Whoever this home run, this singer that sung the national anthem, they say it was about as bad as when Roseanne Barr did the seventh inning stretch at the Chicago Cubs game. Well, according to this, country singer Ingrid Andress apologized Tuesday and said she was drunk. So let me tell you, country singer Ingrid Andress, never heard of her, had to apologize to say today because she sung the national anthem drunk. I'm not making this up. And you know, and that's why we don't like to watch baseball. Maybe I need to start watching it. Maybe we get some more entertaining stuff like this. But on a serious note, she did say, I'm checking myself into a facility today to get the help I need. She posted on social media. She said, that was not me last night. I apologize to Major League Baseball, all the fans, and this country I love so much for their rendition. I haven't heard it, so I'm going to go pull it up on YouTube just to see how bad it is. But, you know, it can't be no worse than Roseanne Barr. She wasn't drinking when that was the seventh inning stretch, though. That wasn't the national anthem. And it can't be no worse than Carl Lewis. If you haven't heard the Carl Lewis rendition, that is the all-time worst. So I'm going to go pull this up. Again, her name is Ingrid Andress. Never heard of her. She's a country singer. She sung the national anthem during the home run derby, which, by the way, I didn't watch. I don't really watch baseball like that. I don't even know who won it. It was at Globe Life Field, by the way, in Arlington, Texas. And it was hot. And it's going to be hot tonight, too, for that. If you don't know, the All-Star game, it is tonight at Globe Life Field in Arlington. I think they're talking about it's going to be like 103 degrees. But they got a roof. So the roof is going to be closed. I'm sure the air is going to be popping. And so it's going to be all good up there again. So, again, I am Kendrick, the sports guy, with your Tuesday sports wrap. Again, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is Kendrick Sports Hustle. That's SporTZ Make sure you also subscribe to the other sports channel. That is TFG Sports Media on YouTube. Make sure you follow them both on Facebook as well. And you can follow my personal Facebook page. That's Kendrick Roline Henderson on Facebook. And you can follow me on Instagram at Kendrick1969 and on TikTok, Kendrick Henderson 51. So again, this has been your Tuesday afternoon sports wrap with the sports guy Kendrick. Again, keep it locked here for all your sports news, entertainment, and live stream. You guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.